Hey guys, how you guys doing today? I want to talk about a subject today that we've talked about in the past a couple of times, but we really haven't addressed head on. We've talked around it, we talked in terms about it, but never really attacked it head on. And that is, how do you maximize your profits while still renting moving trucks for your business? So if you're interested in making more profit, stay tuned. Hi guys, I'm Jay Burnham, and this is the Real Jay Burnham Show, where we teach you how to start, build, and run a successful business. And if you're a mover, you're in luck, because that's mostly what I talk about, is about the moving business. All right, guys, so here we go. So for you movers out there that are renting moving trucks, and we know that there are a lot of you first timers who are out there just starting your moving business. You're going to be renting trucks because you don't have your own trucks just yet. If you are looking to start a business and you got a little bit of cash, go check out my video about how to buy a moving truck. All right? Don't listen to Louis Marcero talk about that, because he's got, you know, it's a good video, but it really doesn't give you good, solid advice about what to look for. And my video will give you the good, solid advice to look for in the various price ranges and how to get around it, okay? And that's how you're going to buy a truck. We're going to give you the real practical instead of the fluff. All right, if you want fluff, go to the other guys. If you want practical, stay here. Sorry, I'm getting off topic though. All right, anyway, so let's talk about how do we maximize your profit. All right, we talked a little bit about it before. Obviously, one of the videos I talked to you, if you're going to do, when you're doing rentals, for your moving company, you got two different kind of rentals that you're looking for. You're going to look for rentals for the long distance jobs and the local jobs. And you want to use two different companies for that. For your local jobs, you know, anything that's under 30 miles or so, you want to use U-Haul, because U-Haul is going to be your cheapest route. You can get the U-Haul. Don't worry about the insurance. Don't take the insurance, but they'll charge you basically $1 a mile. You're probably going to bet, what, 50 miles on your jobs or so, give or take, roughly. And then you've got the $30 for the rental, plus their $1 environmental fee, blah, blah, blah. So you're looking at about 80 bucks to rent a truck. That local job's probably only going to bring you about $300, $400, maybe $500, depending on the size of the job. Maybe it'll bring you a little bit more, and if it does, congratulations. But if you use a U-Haul truck for your local moves, you're going to save a lot more money. So you want to use U-Haul. Now, if you're going to do a longer distance where it's going to take several hours, and you're going to drive a long distance, my opinion is that you go and you set yourself up an account with one of like Budget or Ryder or Penske, and use one of their trucks to do your moves. I did a video on that earlier. So just go back, take a look about how to do that. Because when you set up an account, they're going to charge you probably like $100 for the rental itself, but they're going to give you really, really, really cheap mileage. And that's where you're going to make up that's where you're going to make your money. So the cheaper you can negotiate your mileage on the rental, the better. Okay? Like, for instance, I go to Budget. Budget charges me about $100 for the truck. It's actually slightly less than that, but it's close enough to $100. Plus, then they charge me 20 cents a mile. So, you know, if I do a job that's going to be about 150 miles, you can see that I'm not paying a heck of a lot for mileage. I'm only paying like 30, 40 bucks or something, plus the 100 bucks, you know, 150 bucks. If I were to use a U-Haul, that would have been a considerable amount of money, because you're talking $150 just for the mileage, then the rental, that's $180, and then all the taxes and everything. So with the U-Haul, it would have been close to 200 bucks. With the Budget, I'm 150. You can see that I'm saving about $50 by doing a Budget / Penske or Ryder, whatever you're using, versus using U-Haul for that trip. All right, that's one way you maximize your profit. Another thing is also negotiating the mileage. You got to negotiate the mileage. So the more you can do that. Another trick is if you are going to be using the trucks for long distance or even the short distance, the best way to do it is do it over multiple days. For instance, if you got a long distance, rent it for more than one day. Usually, like in some places, they're closed on Sunday. So if you rent it for the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, and then you have a job on Sunday, you could turn it in on Sunday and still get that day for free. They won't charge you for the Sunday. They'll only charge you for the Friday and the Saturday, and the Sunday is free. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of want to make sure that you can do that and take advantage of that whenever you can. Obviously, not all the moves, you're going to book all the moves where it's like that. But what I would do, and what I have done, and again, this is not every weekend, but I would try to book 2 or 3 moves on a Sunday. That way, I'm like, if I had to rent the truck on Saturday, I got it also on Sunday, and I'm booking 2 or 3 jobs using that truck. Even if they're local jobs, I'll use that rental truck because I'm making money. I'm saving the money for it. So try to do that as much as you can. Take advantage of that Sunday. U-Hauls, they're usually open on the all weeks if you're going to an actual U-Haul center. If you're going to a dealer and you do it, he's probably, and you get, a dealer that's just like a local garage or something. Make sure you're building up a relationship with that person, and so that he won't charge you for, let's say you turned it in on Monday morning, he won't charge you for that Sunday because he was closed. You know what I'm saying? He'll say, okay, it came in on Saturday, and they can do that. Don't let them fool. I used to rent out U-Haul trucks. I know that they can, but if you're getting a guy that's going to give me a dick, you can't do that. Another way to maximize the most amount of profit from rental trucks is book jobs that, so if you got a job, let's say, today is a Saturday, let's say you got a job on Monday, try to book 2 or 3 jobs in that day. You got a Monday morning job, you got a Monday afternoon, and maybe a small, piano move. As much as you can, try to get your guys to schedule up during and fill up the day. That way, the more moves you got in a day, you're only renting that truck for that day, and you just you're not then having to rent for another day and another day. That way, you've done 3 moves in one day, and you've only rented the truck for the one day, right? And then the gas, etc. So that's how you maximize your profit. Try to negotiate one a real low rate with your dealers. Try to schedule the moves on the same day, and then lastly, try to take advantage of that Sunday if you can. Again, it's about building up relationships with the people that you're going and renting these with. Sometimes if you're dealing with the corporate structure, you can't do these kind of deals. You have to go to a dealer. Try to work up a relationship with a dealer, and then they'll fudge for you. They'll do things for you like that to help you out because they want to see you coming back because they get a little bit of a commission. It's not a huge, but the more you rent with them, the more it adds up. So you want to be good with that. So try to rent the trucks as much as you can, and take advantage of when you are renting trucks that you maximize your benefits with the rental trucks. Like take advantage of your Sundays, schedule more than one move if you can for the day that you got the rental truck, and 3, really negotiate the mileage for your long distance hauls. And that's where you're going to maximize your profit if you're using moving trucks. Also, guys, my last suggestion is you save out of every move you do, save at least 10% if you can. It should be between 10 and 20% of all your moves. Hypothetically, this is a hypothetical, but if you make $100, save $20 out of it, out of that $100, and put that into a savings account, right? And then that money will build and build and build. And by the end of the summer or that busy season, you should have saved up, several $1,000s. And guess what? With that ended up with the several $1,000, one, you can either keep that money in the bank and use it for the winter time when it gets really, really slow and you're like really scraping the bottom of the barrel, or what you could do is turn that money into a moving truck, right? So there you go. Another thing, if you do have your own trucks, it is probably a wise thing to rent trucks for the holidays and the ends of the month during the busier days. And when you do that, that way you can have more, that way you're not using your trucks. Also, my suggestion is save the mileage on your trucks for long distance trucks. rent trucks, especially if you're going out of state or anything that's going to require an overnight stay. Try to use a rental trucks for that kind of thing, because you don't want to be in BFE and your truck breaks down, because you're on the hook for the entire thing. But if you're using a rental truck, you can call up the 1-800 number and get the customer service. Now, there are some warnings on that, and I made a video about that warning system. Go and watch that warning. But anyway, guys, that's my video. Hopefully this is useful for you. This is about maximizing the most amount of profit out of your moving rental trucks. All right, guys, thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Also, make sure you share this with all your family and friends. Spread it wide and far. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.